Hello, my people. I trust you all are doing great. For this section about Pere, we go hear some nice things wey Pere talk. Now here you na go know who be Pere really. This interview e really good o. PERCY, we go hear some things about them. Pere come explain further the kind concept wey people get about am when they dey for house. E good as say make una dey hear from the horse's mouth before people just dey talk. Anyway, make we just watch the video, make una share una thoughts, okay, and share this video. Make una no forget to follow my page. One love, guys.
Hello, Perry.
Hello, hero.
Welcome to your session. You know, I've never actually seen your teeth up close and personal. I never knew it was this white. Nice. Close up, gas on you.
I'm telling you.
You get why.
For real.
Welcome. It's been over a week. How's the reaction been?
Well, so far it's been a mixture of different emotions from different people, of course. But overall, I'd say it's been good.
So what has been the biggest misconception since you got out?
The biggest misconception since I got out of the house,
Wetin Pere dey try tell us be say since he comot for house, people dey think say na kind person wey dey quick vex. Make we continue.
I'm not. I'm the last person who is actually a violent person. I'm not.
And I'm sure that is coming from the video clip.
Wetin dey ask am here be say that video clips wey dey dey for house, wey he come carry in hand, come knock for wall. Wetin come happen? Make he explain.
It was. Now the thing with that is, let's give an example. If I say this guy's a thief, he's not a thief because he just stole once. He's a thief because it's his nature. He always steals, always, repeatedly. But back in the house, I was provoked repeatedly, and I always walked away or went to the diary room, complained. Big brother would say, avoid this person. I would avoid that person totally. But for some reason, that individual I'm avoiding would always want to insert herself or himself into things that have to do with me, even when I'm avoiding them. So I like to give an illustration like this. The provocation that kept happening, there was going to be a day that it was going to get to a point where the cup will be full. If you get an empty cup and keep pouring water in that cup, one of two things would happen. The cup would either get full and you'd stop pouring water, or the cup would get full and you keep pouring water and it overflows and everywhere just gets wet.
So the pressure got to you eventually.
Absolutely. Exactly, it did.
So out of the house, like, how do you usually handle pressure? You know, if someone is getting on your nerves or something is getting to your nerves, what are like your coping mechanisms?
Yeah, so out of the house, the factors are going to be different because I'm not going to be in a confined space all the time, 24/7, with whoever is going to be mounting that pressure on me, as opposed to the house where I'd always wake up to see this particular people or person, go to bed, I'm still seeing that particular person or people. But usually the coping mechanisms, it's similar, but one would be a lot different than the other. I usually don't like to engage. I've never been a guy who loves to engage physically, even though I'm trained to. So I usually avoid completely.
And I think part of military training is discipline, and I think the most military officers that I know, they actually have better self-control than the average person.
Of course.
Is that something that you were taught during your training?
Trust me, yeah, absolutely. If any other person had gone through what I went through in that house, they would have actually kicked. Actually, someone did. I think first week.
Right.
Almost kicked herself out of the show. You know.
Okay, so let's dig a little bit deeper Yeah. When you came in initially, I was telling you that I didn't know how long that you've actually spent in the industry. A lot of people got to know you because of Big Brother, but you've been on this grind, the entertainment grind, for a long time. Can you just sort of take us through that journey, you know?
Man, it's been a long journey.
What was your first entertainment gig?
First entertainment gig I ever did was Super Story. And that was like 2000 and something. 2007-ish? Or maybe, no, what am I saying? Yeah, 2007-ish. Yeah, 2007, 2006, 7. I was on different episodes, different editions of Super Story. Myself and Kachi were on those, and I also did This Life.
Yeah.
I was on several episodes of This Life. I started out there, from there, and then I remember one film I did, I think it was after then I did a movie called Caught in the Middle. Caught in the Middle was produced by Blessing Igby, directed by Charles Novia, where I played RMD's friend. Now imagine what I was like then, playing RMD's friend, you know. But look, I've been on this grind for a very long time. It's something that I don't really get to talk about a lot, but the journey has been a very long one.
Okay, tell me a little bit of your family dynamics, and then much later we'll talk about like the lowest moment of your life. But like, where you from? What's the family dynamics like? Well, how close are you to your siblings? How many are you guys?
Absolutely. So, I'm from Bielsa. So here's the thing. I like to say I'm from Bielsa State because my mom is from Bielsa. My dad, however, is from Delta State. My father has never been a part of my life at all. He left when I was about 4, and my younger sister was 3. So he used to live in America before I was born. Came from America, married my mom, and then went back to America. For some reasons, a bunch of other things happened, and my parents ended up separating, going separate ways and stuff. So I was raised practically only by my mother. I'm the first child and the only boy. My mom was the only one who did everything to make sure that we had shelter, we had good education, paid our school fees from kindergarten all the way to secondary school. And then I left Nigeria to the United States and finally got in there to do a nursing. But before doing nursing, I joined the US military, served. After serving for 6 years, I came out and I started my whole degree with nursing and stuff. But it's that. I grew up in Warri though, because that's where I was born.
Yeah.
In Delta State.
Okay. Do you feel like perhaps the absence of your father has sort of shaped you in some way?
No, because there were other male figures in the family who immediately came in, stepped in, and played that fatherly role properly. My grandfather, who's late, from my mother's side, was very instrumental in raising me as well. He really was like my father, you know. At some point in time when my mom had so much difficulty financially at the time, she had to ensure that myself and my younger sister moved over to Warri, back to Warri, to go live with our grandparents. My mom's father, my grandfather, was a very strict man. Very strict. Very, very strict man. Like, if you did anything wrong, he'll tell you what you did wrong, and he would not spare the rod. He would always discipline you, so you would remember that the next time you want to. So yeah, that fatherly figure was very well there. I don't think I missed out on anything. The only thing was the relationship with my biological father just knowing that he was there, that relationship was absent.
Yeah.
But the the other factor was present, and it was occupied by my grandfather.
That's beautiful. I'm glad that the male figure was there, because it's really important. So being an only boy, do you sense any sort of pressure to continue the family lineage like Africans would say?
No pressure at all. Actually, funny enough, no pressure, because my mom is quite chill. And maybe now because she has opened her horizon of understanding. There's nothing wrong with the pressure that Africans give their kids, but my mom doesn't give me that pressure.
So you're not under any sort of timeline to get married?
No timeline.
Or timeline to get kids?
No timeline. No timeline to get kids. I will get kids because I want kids. But I've been married before. I'm a divorcee. I got married at the age of 25. You know, when I went to America, fell in love with a woman, a Nigerian girl. We got married. That didn't work out because there were other factors too, external factors that influenced, the entire thing. But if I'm looking forward to getting married again, probably. If I'm looking forward to having kids, yes. But there's no pressure from my mom or my uncles stuff.
Did you have any kids from your former marriage?
No kids. No kids.
Do you think perhaps because of the way things ended, it sort of not necessarily preventing you, but like, has it affected you getting into another marriage, like having gone through that experience?
You know what? Thinking about it, yes and no. When I got married at the time, when you get married, before you get married, when you're dating someone to marry that person, my understanding and how I was feeling was like, I'm just going to change. Things are just going to change. I'm going to wake up the next morning and I'm just going to be this whole different person. But no, the next morning I woke up after getting married, after saying I do at the courts in America, I woke up and I was the same guy. But the challenge there was there was a trust issue. There was also some element of insecurity on her part. She felt that let me give you the story. So I have a female, at the time I had this female bestie. Having female besties can be a thing. There was nothing going on there. So my ex-wife at the time, one day she was actually going to work. She was going to go to school the next day. But the day before she went to school, I visited a friend of mine who's a music producer. So we get there, did some music. I was about to go home. Before I left, he said he wanted to use my vehicle to go pick up his girl. So he did that, came back, and then I left, went home. The following day, my ex-wife was going to go to school. I drop her off at school every morning. Getting there, she gets out of the car. Because when she gets in the car, she likes to put her bag in the back seat. So she gets out of the car wanting to take the bag. And then she finds a little purse somewhere on the floor. And the next thing I'm hearing is my name, Pere, in a very angry tone. I turn around and then she's over there holding this purse in front of my face. And I'm wondering what it is. So the next thing she goes, "What is this?" I said, "Isn't it yours?" She said, "No, it's not mine. This belongs to another woman. Are you carrying women? Are you carrying women?" She goes in this long rant, and then she had always had this feeling that myself and my female bestie were doing things behind her.
Yeah.
And that was never the case. But she couldn't believe that was not the purse belonging to a woman that she just couldn't believe that it wasn't. Funny enough, the guy who whose house I went to, he called me and says his girl left something in my car, and if I could find it, it was a purse. So.
When you guys were dating, was there any sort of infidelity issues on anybody's part?
No, there were no infidelity issues. As a matter of fact, at the period when we were dating, I would always take her to movie sets that I was on. I remember this one time I was filming in America with Van Vicker, and I made sure she was on that set, you know.
You think it could probably be a bit of PTSD on her own parts with her previous partners?
Probably. It probably was.
Okay.
It probably was, really, looking back.
Pere, to be honest, there's so much I want to dig into, but obviously time is of the essence. Okay. I don't know if we have so much time, but is there another thing you'd like to talk about, really?
I mean, nothing.
Okay. Besides the fact that you really love Mercy.
I said really love Mercy. I like the girl, man. I love her person. I love her person.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
You know that Mercy has a lot of in-laws, right? And I'm one of those in-laws. So, you better come correct.
We're here.
All right. So, I've got a plethora of thoughts. These cards are plethora of thoughts. So,
okay.
I'm not so great at advices, but these cards are, right? So, I'm going to shuffle it and you just pick one.
Okay.
And just read it out. I'm sure you'd find application to it in any area of your life.
Gotcha.
Right? So, pick.
Just pick one?
Just pick one.
I can pick from anywhere?
Anywhere. Okay.
I like to pick from the middle.
All right, read it out.
A plethora of thoughts. When you obsess over whether you are making the right decision, you assume that you will be rewarded for one thing and punished for the other. That is not how life works. There are a series of possibilities and outcomes that come with each decision made. Your life works around that decision. Letting go of the idea that there is a price to pay for these decisions will help you avoid the disappointment which comes with not getting rewarded for what you thought was the right thing to do at the time. True.
Did I help a bit?
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
And Pere, I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
I'm glad that all of your hard work for all these years are gradually paying off. I know what it feels like to be on the grind for a very long time, and it seems like no significant major breakthrough has happened. But now I'm glad that you're really on the right path, and the sky is just your starting point.
Yeah.
The General, I wish you all the best.
Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Anytime.
I want to thank my fans, the Patriots, and everyone out there who has been supportive of me from the get-go. I appreciate you guys. And make sure you follow me on social media. Instagram is PERCY Official. Twitter is PERCY. TikTok is PERCY. And on Snapchat too, so we can have a very friendly conversation on there. PERCY_EGBY. One love, guys.